I hope some of you are aware that I want to talk about more than just Marvel and DC on my channel. I know those are the two big companies in the live action movies and cartoons and comics, but I like talking about other stuff too. I like other stuff too. I got a lot more content I want to do regarding that kind of stuff later on that I'll probably talk about in a future video soon. But until that, there was a couple big announcements for live action projects coming from things that stem from comic books or older properties that I thought I'd take a little moment to highlight and just bring up how I feel about the idea of what could be done with these projects and what I want to see be done. I think I will start off by talking with, the one that everybody was kind of expecting, and that is we kind of got a confirmation over some new Transformers movies that are going to be made in the vein of Bumblebee. I like Bumblebee. I will still say I don't think it's the best movie that's ever been made. It's fun, it's lighthearted, and it perfectly works fine. I think the designs are great, the characters were great, everything worked in that movie. It just didn't hit me in that way that I wanted it to, and I would love to see more movies done in that style with the Transformers. So we know that Hasbro is planning on making 2 more movies with the Transformers in them. Rumor has it that it might be Beast Wars. That's it's a little out of my comfort zone in terms of what I know for Transformers. I'm not a Beast Wars guy. It has its audience, and I respect its audience. I just never got into Beast Wars. I'd love to see those movies. That could be really cool, and I think it'd look great. If we do it in the same style we did Bumblebee, that would be a great way to bring it up. But I would also just focus more on the storyline of the cartoon. And I'll say this, aren't we supposed to be getting a trilogy of movies from the War for Cybertron thing? Was that a thing that was happening? I thought I heard that a while ago. I'm not caught up in all my Transformers news, but that would have been cool to see too. I don't know. I like this idea, and I like what these movies could be in terms of financial success. I think there is definitely the possibility for something successful here. And we know it doesn't have to be a good Transformers movie for it to make money. So that could be really cool. Sure, it's been diminishing returns ever since they started to come out, but I think there's something really good here that could happen. I could see an Optimus Prime spin-off. I could see a Bumblebee too, but anything I'm fine with. I think it could be really fun to see, and I'm excited for a project like this. Well, one of the other things I wanted to talk about was this confirmation that came out the other day, actually. Netflix is going to be adapting into live action the anime One Piece. Full disclosure, I know very little about One Piece. I actually know nothing about it. I know what the characters look like, I know it's about pirates, and that's about it. I know there's a bunch of lore and backstory for it, and it sounds great, but I am open to anything Netflix is going to do. I think this comes off what they were doing for The Last Airbender. I know there's a lot of talk about that show, and I still don't know when that's going to come out, but we've seen some promotional concept art that I think looks really good. So I think if we take that, if that's going to be successful, we're definitely going to be seeing a lot more of these live action adaptations of these anime things. And I think One Piece might be a simpler one to do. Look, you just get a boat. Is it on a boat? If it's just on a boat, you just get a boat. You do it in a simple style. That could be fun. I don't know how old you make the main characters, if you go for younger or older. I think you could stay in a healthy medium, maybe, late teens, early 20s. I think that could work, because you can't have younger people on a boat. Then again, I don't know the anime. If somebody wants to explain it to me, they could. I was talking to my cousin about it, and he's a big fan of anime and this kind of stuff, and he's saying he's kind of worried because there's so much lore and backstory that can't be filled out in 10 episodes, and there's hundreds of episodes of the anime that can't be worked out. But you know what? They've somehow managed to adapt Umbrella Academy. I know it's not the same thing, but it worked for me, and they're doing lock and key, so they know what they're doing when it comes to these kind of projects, and I don't have an issue with what they could do. And I like pirates. I like seeing fun swashbuckling pirate stuff, so I'm open to that happening. I think it'd be really cool, and I'm very passionate about it. I might check out One Piece and maybe do a little video review on what I think about the first couple episodes. If you guys would be interested in that, let me know, because I'm actually very interested in looking at this one. Again, I'm not a big anime guy, but I'll definitely check this out if it means we're going to get something big happening in that realm. So here's another property that's going to be rebooted for audiences. because one of the Marvel Studios executives, who's no longer with the company, he has his own smaller studio. It's a Mesa or something. I think it's Animesa or something. It's a I don't know what they've done, if they've done anything at all, but they got Green Hornet. Who cares? Does anybody care? Like, I mean, it sounds rude to say because, you know, oh, nobody cared about Guardians and they made it good, but it's Green Hornet, right? It's like, he's not even Dick Tracy cool. He's not even Scrooge McDuck cool, you know? He's just kind of lame. He's an obvious ripoff of like the classic Adam West and Burt Ward style of stuff. I know they were out around the same time, but it's just not interesting. Like, I don't think this one matters. Nobody wants to see this. Nobody wants this, right? Like, when was the last time they rebooted the comic book of Green Hornet? When was the last time anybody even talked about that movie with Seth Rogen? Like, nobody really cares about this character, I feel, and I just don't know why they'd make it. Like, I get it, it's a property people know, you can merchandise it and do something cool, and maybe they will. Maybe we'll get a hard reboot of the Green Hornet that's dark and gritty, and we can get the guy that played Bruce Lee in Once Upon a Time in Hollywood to play Kato. But I don't know. Why? Why is this one the one that people would want? We didn't want it before. I know, like, who's like a hardcore Green Hornet fan? Everybody knows who it is, but just because everyone knows who it is, no one's going to see the movie. Look at the Seth Rogen movie, right? Nobody, like, this one is so weird to me. It's in that weird place of who cares, but I understand it. It's like, I understand it, but nobody cares. Why are we making it? Just stop. Just don't do it. I don't know. It's it's dumb. It's just so stupid. Who cares? Do you guys like Green Hornet? I don't. I never liked him. I never got the concept. I never thought it was that interesting. It's just Batman. It's not cool. I don't think it's that cool. It's not even like Zorro. Just kind of lame. And some other ones, more on comic book news, because that's what we're here to do today, y'all. Speaking of Seth Rogen and his writing partner Evan Goldberg, they are producing a movie based off the James Tynion IV comic book, horror book, Memetic. I think that's what it's supposed to say. I call it Memetic because I think that sounds better. Look, it's that one. It's 3 issues. It's about a meme that is so, when you look at it, you're just so infected and intrigued by it that it gives off such positive vibes that it affects your brain and mutates you into like a zombie-like creature. I read all this book, not when it came out, but a little later in life, and I was just like, okay, this is kind of an interesting concept. Didn't do it for me. I mean, I like the characters. I think the world is very interesting. I don't really think this is the time to make this one because we're kind of out of the zombie craze. And anything in like popular culture that references a meme just isn't funny. Like, that's not what a meme is. You know, when you like call out a meme, that's not when it's funny. A meme's funny when everybody gets the joke but nobody cares. So I think when you just base a whole property around a meme, it's not going to be that interesting. And I know the meme is like a meme inside its world. It's not like an actual, you know, sponge gar or something we saw here. It's just, it just seems weird. It just seems kind of, I don't know. It's not going to get the meme audience to watch the movie is all I'm saying. But it could be fun. I mean, they have obviously done some good stuff with the adaptations by making the properties better. And by better, I mean The Boys. And they made some properties worse. And by worse, I mean Preacher. So this could be a healthy mix of maybe good or bad. I don't know. I think it could be either way. But I don't think Memetic's that good to begin with. So we'll have to see what happens. It's going to be definitely an interesting who you cast as the lead of Aaron, because you're going to go for the queer demographic and he has hearing aids, so you're going to get a lot of visibility for some other people in there. So I'm excited for that. That could be really cool to see. And on that note, to another property that's going to get a TV series, Rick Remender has signed like a 3-year deal or something with Amazon, and they're doing Fear Agent. Okay, like this seems obvious. Like, this seems like one of those properties that you could easily just make, and I'd understand it completely. So I'm like, yeah, let's do it. Let's have fun. Get a big budget in there. They got The Expanse. You can take The Expanse money, put it to Fear Agent, get a compelling guy in the lead. Maybe not somebody who's a complete dick, we'll see what happens. Like, I've never read all of Fear Agent. I think it's good, and it looks great, and the art is fantastic, and the writing is there, but I never liked the lead character, so I never really just like got invested into it, and it's just one that I know it exists, and I'm glad it's there for people that like it, but I don't really care for it that much. So welcome to this video where I talk about things I don't like and just say, hey, maybe somebody else likes them. And I guess that's all this is, isn't it? Like, I just bring up stuff that's happening in this community that maybe doesn't deserve their own video. That's what I'm gonna call this, I think. I just like, doesn't deserve its own video, so let's talk about a bunch of random stuff happening in nerd culture that should have just a little, bring up a little fact about it, and we'll talk about and just talk about it and talk about it and talk about it and talk about it. So those are 5 things that I just like, you know what, let's just put them in a little video, I'll discuss them, give my brief thoughts and opinions, and maybe something good could come out of it. And if you guys like this format, I think I could do more of this every couple of weeks, just bring up a couple items I wouldn't do a full video on or fully want to talk about, but just throw out there and just get a little bit of a word going around certain things, because you know what? It's always great to talk about stuff that isn't Marvel or DC or Star Wars, and just the littler things that I'm excited for and I think there could be potential for. So check out Fear Agent. Hope you guys like that one. Check out Memetic. That could be cool too. You guys like Green Hornet? Somebody has to, right? They're doing it. One Piece. Let me know if I should check it out, because I'm interested in that one. And Transformers. What movies would you guys like to see made for Transformers? Let me know in the comments, and I will catch you guys in the next video. Thank you for watching. Like the video if you are a fan of what you saw. You can get the notifications, and you can subscribe to the channel. Also, you can check me out on Patreon for exclusive content, where I do exclusive reviews for TV shows and movies, and I give my weekly pull of things in comic book lore. Don't know why I said lore, but I did anyways. Thank you for watching, guys, and I will catch you in the next one. Have fun. Or don't. Not your boss.